You're a loser. You think I care about the fact that I'm fucking piece of
Whoa.
shit. No, Ebraheem. He's like
Actually,
shit.
he
How dare you?
maybe.
Stop walking in my face. What are you doing? Hey, you hit me in the face. Hey, piece of shit. Get off of me. How dare you?
Woo! Okay. Okay. Guys, listen. Before we get into the detailed analysis of Dubai Bling's season 3, listen, we totally need to give the producers, the cast members, everybody for this season a standing ovation. Because what did I just watch? Guys, these people went all out. This season is absolutely exceptional, very exceptional, fantastic, intriguing, exciting. A lot was going on. Guys, hey, God, listen, they went all out for Dubai Blings this season. They went all out. It felt like they came together and they asked pertinent questions like, okay, what do we do different this time that will give the viewers a wow moment for every single scene? It felt like they asked those questions and they answered those questions by themselves, and decided that, okay, fine, we need to give them drama overload. And that was exactly what they did. Because, ladies and gentlemen, tell me why. Tell me why for every single scene in every single episode of 9 episodes, there's drama. Guys, oh my God. I can't keep calm. I can't keep calm. You know what, yeah? You know what? Because a lot was going on. A lot was going on, and quite frankly, you could easily get lost in all of the entertainment and all of the excitement, yeah? So because a lot was going on, here's what I decided to do. For this particular season, I'm not going to do the usual thing that I normally do. Normally I would analyze the show episode by episode. No, because if I do that, we're going to be dragging and we're going to be lagging behind. And then when Big Brother and Zamzi begins or Real Housewives of Lagos begins, we're going to still have like a backload of, reviews to do. Yeah. So here's what I decided to do. I did a compilation, like a thorough compilation. When you study something, yeah. So that's what I did. I studied the entire season 3, yeah, and I came up with the crucial conversations, yeah, crucial narratives, the crucial plots of the entire season, yeah. And so that's what we're going to be doing. That's what we're going to be focusing on. We're going to analyze every single one of those crucial conversations, there are rows in this particular season. And trust me, listen, you totally need to watch the show for yourself. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you run onto your Netflix. So in the meantime, go ahead and watch this video, okay? Because I'm going to try as much as possible not to give you all the spoilers so as not to, burst your bubble, okay? Because I want you guys to have like a fresh experience when watching the show for yourself, all right? So we're going to get into it right now. But before we do so, ladies and gentlemen, hi. You're especially welcome to my channel, my YouTube channel, our community. My name is Gloria Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah, and I am the girl with the T. Yes, Happy New Year to all of you once again. I saw all of your amazing feedbacks on my previous video, and yes, I promise you all a part 2 of the cast members of the Real Housewives of Lagos video is coming up between tomorrow and Saturday. But also don't forget that on Saturday we're going to be converging here for our community gathering. This is what we do every Saturday by 3 p.m. WAT, and trust me, you totally do not want to miss out. So please make sure you come through. All right. And I remember I mentioned on my first video that this is not our new studio. This is not our new filming area. Yes, I had promised that we were going back to our studio, but guys, I don't know, for some weird reason, kind of like the vibe that I'm getting from this angle. And in a way, I feel like I'm cheating on my second channel, Simply Gloria Elijah. So bear with me. I'm probably going to make like this video and then one more video before I relocate to our actual home base. All right. But anyways, if you're yet to subscribe, please do not hesitate to do so. Please subscribe, turn on your post notification bell to always receive lots of my videos whenever I upload a new one. And all of that said, let's quickly dive right into the details of the season 3 of Dubai Blings. Now, as I've mentioned before, This new season came with drama overload. The producers and the cast members, they went all out to give us the most insane situations, to carry on with the storyline that they started with from season 1. And I must give them accolades for it, because it's not easy to sustain, a storyline, especially a storyline of beef between cast members. Yes, it's sometimes after one season and then there's a second season, it could get quite challenging to keep it going. Beginning a drama is not the issue. It's actually the creativity and the innovations to sustain such a drama that actually really do matter in reality TV shows. And this is why I am giving more massive accolades to the producers and the cast members, because they really went all out. They really went all out, and the entertainment this time around was rich. It was rich. Now, aside the drama, we also saw a lot of beautiful themes this season. Yes, it was a theme of divorce. Guys, I noticed that most of the ladies, especially the new additions, the cast members, especially because Cruz, or is it Chris Fade and Brianna, had to take a step back because they just had the baby at the time. I noticed that there was a lot of themes of divorce, yeah. And then the issue of child custody, mothering the picture. Guys, there was just a lot going on this season, yeah. But we're gonna begin with Zeina and her husband, Hanan. Ladies and gentlemen, the way that couple stood their ground this season, oh my God. See, I'm never one of those people that does God when I see people's relationships on social media or on TV. But for the first time, I saw something that I really loved between these two people. And guys, it was just so beautiful to watch. The way Zaina's husband, Hanan, kept on protecting and defending her, especially with this Ebraheem's whole drama. Guys, see, that man was ready to draw blood for his wife. It was so beautiful to watch. And you see, what made it even more beautiful is the fact that Zeina on her own is an independent Amazon. She is financially capable. She's strong. She's like a full entity, like a full nation on her own. She can defend her territory. She can defend herself. She can defend her friends. But regardless of her power, as not just a female, but an individual that has accomplished so much in life, guys, you could see the way her husband, Hanan, always stepped in the picture to defend her, to protect her honor, to protect her rights, to provide for her. Guys, oh my God, see it? It was just so beautiful to see. It was beautiful to see. And oh my God, there's nothing as delicious as a man that is not intimidated by his woman's success, by his woman's personality, her courage, her power. There is nothing as sweet as seeing a man that, despite her woman being complete in herself as an individual, he still sees the need to guard her, to protect her, to support. Guys, I loved it. I loved it for them. I loved to see such on TV. It was beautiful to see. The way he stood up to Ebraheem, made Ebraheem feel like the little boy that he is, guys. That was beautiful to see. That was beautiful. And speaking about Zeina herself, ladies and gentlemen, that woman's self-control, that woman's strategic thinking needs to be studied. No caps. Zaina's self-control is out of this world. Because tell me how she got the willpower to not smack Ebraheem by the face when he had that arrogant smirk on his face in her office when he was breaking the news to her that, yeah, the hoodie that you got, that's got you were not the company written on it. It was actually sent to you by my legal team. And this is simply because, yeah, when you and I were not on good terms before, I had gone ahead to trademark I am the company so that you cannot use it. And ladies and gentlemen, you and I know that that is a lie from the pit of hell. Because, listen, Zeina had actually started up her own company, stemming off that altercation she had had with Ebraheem and Danya in her office. That was in season 1 when Ebraheem had stormed her office, and it was a huge scene, yes. And Ebraheem was shaming her for working for someone and not having her own company. And then she had taken that up as a challenge, to branch out on her own and establish her own real estate company. And then she had used the tagline, I am the company. The company name is not actually I am the company. It's actually something Zeta something. But then she had used I am the company as well. And Ebraheem had seen that and had rushed to trademark that tagline in Britain and in Europe. And so the way he had made the whole situation, to turn out was that Zeina was working for him because he had actually told her that you are going to work for me. So he had it in mind. And so to teach her a lesson, that was exactly what he had done. He had trademarked, I am the company. And ladies and gentlemen, when he was breaking the news to Zeina in her office, Zeina was so calm. She was so chilled. Guys, personally, I am a calm person by nature. I'm calm. But you see that level of self-control. See, I probably would have punched Ebraheem in the face because this guy was saying what he was saying. And you could tell that he was enjoying the moment. He was basking in her shock. He was basking in what he perceived as his victory over Zeina. That, finally, yes, I've got her where I want her. And then he had also gone ahead to, reverse the trademark. I can't really remember how he put it, but he had gone ahead to reverse it. And he held on to the document. Now, he had given her a slight bit of hope that, okay, now that we're in a good place, I'm going to hand over the documents to you. And she had been grateful for that, but the guy had held on to the document. He had refused to release it to her. According to him, he's going to be watching her if she's going to be tamed. Like he's trying to tame her. More like wanting her to come and grovel at his feet before releasing the document to her. So ladies and gentlemen, you see, Zeina's self-control in all of that situation, even when her husband, Hernan, had heard about it all and the guy had lost his shit, and see, he and Ebraheem, they had almost gotten into a fight and she still maintained her cool. What a woman. What a woman. Because guys, frankly speaking, I don't know what I would have done in that situation. I don't like to beg. And obviously, Zeina too does not like to beg. Even when Ebraheem gave her the condition that, listen, your husband, Hernan, must come and apologize to me. He must beg me on his knees before I release these documents to you. Zeina had not really taken offense. She had not really taken offense. Instead, she had decided that she wasn't going to torture her husband with that kind of information, that she wasn't going to tell her husband that, Ebraheem wants you to come and beg, because she knows that her husband would do anything for her, would do anything it takes to make her happy. But she knows that the one thing that her husband would never do is to go and kneel down and apologize to Ebraheem. And so, while she was maintaining her cool, she was strategizing. She had gone ahead to, send the lawyers to do some findings in Europe, in Britain, to confirm if for real Ebraheem had actually trademarked her company tagline. And indeed he had. And so she was preparing a lawsuit. So, for real, ladies and gentlemen, Zeina is a queen. She is a queen. And in 3 seasons, I've learned so much from her. And this is not to say also that she's not an instigator, because there were quite a number of scenes where you could tell that Zeina was actually instigating a lot of shit here and there, trying to get people that in a way were kind of like her enemies in the friends group, to expose themselves, especially with regards to the situation between LJ and Joanna, one of the new cast members that was added for the season. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get to LJ and Joanna's matter, but let's quickly move on to Safa's extra self. Yes, that's what I tagged it. Safa's extra self. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think that Safa has been quite extra in the past 2 seasons, you need to watch Safa in season 3. Safa was literally living in her own bubbles in this new season. Safa was extrally extra in this new season because listen, I think this is the first time in my life I have seen someone, and not just anybody, but a Safa organizing an all-black farewell funeral for her Lamborghini car. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the most ridiculous but creative thing ever. It was just ridiculous. See, it was so ridiculous that you wouldn't know if you should laugh or if you should be upset. And she took it so seriously. But on the flip side though, I saw a significance to what she did, yes. As I said before, I don't want to give you guys too many spoilers because I want you to go ahead and watch the show for yourself, because trust me, you would have more fun also, experiencing the show for yourself. Yeah. But as I was saying, that whole arrangement, that was quite significant, because from the speech that she gave and from the little talks she had with friends in their friendship group, for her, it was saying goodbye to materialism, yes. And if you have been an ardent watcher or viewer of the show from season 1, you will know that that was a big deal for Safa. Safa is very materialistic, to the point that people like Farhana, Danya, they actually think she married Fahad for his wealth. And she has always argued that she had made it in life. Like, she had bought her own house at 22. She was managing a company at 22 before she met Fahad. Fahad is a billionaire, from a rich family, but she already had her own thing going for her, So despite all of that, she is a lover of fine things of life. She loves the fine things of life. She loves luxury. She loves money. Money makes her happy. Gifts make her happy. I mean, in season 2, it was a push present that was a big deal between herself and her husband. Yes. So this time around, the husband encouraged her, listen, you have a lot of cars, and this particular one, you haven't used it for 2 years. It's just been in the garage, just there. So you have to let it go. So that was her own way of shedding, that layer of one who is very materialistic. And so she had decided to have that all black farewell funeral for the Lambo. But then it was so funny how she decided to take some last pictures with her bestie, Zeina, with the car out there. It was, guys, that was so funny. It was ridiculously entertaining, and I found it quite innovative, because I've never seen such a thing on any reality TV show before. So the fact that they were able to come up with such a risky idea and were able to execute it to perfection, guys, it made me love the season the more. Absolutely one of my favorite scenes of this entire season. Just speaking about Safa, I kind of felt like she was a tad bit extra. Like, she overdid it, with regards to the personal trainer that Hassan and Hanan had actually, organized with the help of Zeina to assist Fahad in his weight loss journey. And guys, I just felt like she was just too much. And according to her, she has a rule, or rather she had a rule for the husband, that he was not to be seen in the company of any female except herself, Zeina, his sister, her sister. That was the rule. Don't be in the company of any female. She needs to know the female before him even, it's a deal breaker for her. So she had lost her mind. She had gone crazy. But at the end of the day, she had ended up becoming friends with the personal trainer because, she wanted to really help the husband with his, health issues. And I felt that she kind of overreacted quite a number of times as well. Whenever the husband disagreed, with her suggestion for him to hit the gym. And listen, there are people like that they're not gym lovers. The gym lifestyle is not for them. Fahad is one of such people, but it is Safa, right? It's Safa. Safa is known for overreacting over the littlest things, especially things that has to do with her family. Yeah, and Fahad. So Fahad is like her thing, her personal thing, her personal property, and it's vice versa. The only difference is she screams it out loud to the world. She declares it at any opportunity she's got, and I love their relationship. I love their union. It is beautiful. I love the way she's very weird, and Fahad loves her just the way she is. Fahad loves her like that, and he's obsessed with her like that. The only difference is that her own obsession with Fahad, it screams louder than the bling bling that she wears. Now, moving on to Ebraheem. Ladies and gentlemen, Ebraheem's pettiness this season was unreal. Ebraheem's pettiness, his vindictiveness, Ebraheem's toxicity this season. It was out of this world. As a matter of fact, at some point, I was thoroughly enjoying his pettiness, but at some other time, I just did not know if I should hate what he was doing. But if there's one thing I know for sure, it's the fact that Ebraheem was a very delicious sauce that made the season very entertaining, very enjoyable. And as a matter of fact, listen, however long the show decides to run for, if they decide to have 20 seasons, Ebraheem must not go anywhere. Ebraheem is a vital element of Dubai Blings. Ebraheem, if you ask me, is Dubai Bling himself. Ebraheem must not go anywhere. That guy is a trouble starter. That guy is a shit starter. And he also knows how to diffuse situations, which is also very, very weird, But listen, Ebraheem, oh my goodness. Ebraheem's pettiness, I'm going to be frank with you. I kind of liked it. I enjoyed it. But the part where he betrayed his friendship with Dania and DJ Bliss, ladies and gentlemen, it was sad. It was toxic. It was dirty. I did not like it. But in a way, I kind of liked the fact that they got served. You know why? Because right from season 1, Ebraheem has been dishing out this same toxicity to other cast members, especially Safa, Zeina, and they had been supporting him. They had been egging him on. To the point that Dania even followed Ebraheem to Zeina's office in season 1 to go and cause a scene. But Dania is growing though, and I love this new Dania. However, DJ Bliss especially, that guy is an Ebraheem's toxicity enabler. He enables Ebraheem to be the worst version of himself. Never calls Ebraheem out for anything, always encourages Ebraheem to be petty, to dish out negativity to people, especially when he doesn't like those people. And so it was like the pendulum clock swung in his direction this time around, to be at the receiving end of all of Ebraheem's pettiness and toxicity. And Ebraheem dished it out to him and Dania over 1000%. It was a huge betrayal. Anybody would be mad at it. But I felt like it was long overdue for them to get served a taste of their own medicine. Although it was a very, very bad one, but I kind of felt like they deserved it. Yeah. And we're going to get into that. But speaking about Ebraheem's pettiness, I've kind of found quite delicious and entertaining. It was the fact that he had trademarked Zeina's company tagline, I am the company. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, what was Zeina expecting? She had actually started up that company to prove something to Ebraheem, and also going ahead to use I am the company. Guys, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, that was also her being petty. That was also her trying to send a message to Ebraheem that, okay, if you are going to do this to me, I also want to do this to you as well. I also want to teach you a lesson. Now, the only difference between their pettiness is that Ebraheem's pettiness got the upper hand. Yeah. Ebraheem going ahead to trademark I am the company, that was the height of pettiness. So I felt like Zeina also recognized that, and that was the reason she did not overreact, because she also knew that she stepped on his toes by using I am the company. She could have used any other thing. Why did she decide to use I am the company? So let's be fair. I know that a lot of people are going to be crucifying Ebraheem. Oh my God, this guy is so evil. Yes, he is evil. But if you think about it, for every evil that Ebraheem dishes out on the show, there's always something that makes him do it. Yes, although he is very notorious for going extra, like going all the way out of his madness. Yes. So yes, Ebraheem's pettiness is quite toxic sometimes, but I kind of enjoyed it most of the time this season. And speaking about his betrayal to Danya and DJ Bliss, ladies and gentlemen, that was completely uncalled for. But I still stand by my own opinion that they had it coming. It was long overdue, and I'm glad that he dished it out to them. Also, personally, I would say that DJ Bliss had every right to be uncomfortable, with the closeness between Ebraheem and Danya, his wife. He had every right to be worried, he had every right to be uncomfortable, and he had every right to be jealous. But then, question is, why did he not open up about it? Salem, Ebraheem's friend, had been encouraging him to voice out. Talk about it. Talk about it. Ebraheem is like a brother to you. Talk about it. You always have his back. Both of you always have each other's back. But if you have personal issues, talk about it. But DJ Bliss would rather keep it in mind. And you see, this is the same thing he did to Chris Fade in season 2, where he claimed that for 10 years or how many years that Chris Fade did something to him in the broadcasting industry, and he carried it in mind. So it just went to really expose his true personality, that DJ Bliss is one of those people that puts up the air of, oh, I'm a peaceful person, but he tends to hold on to grudges a lot. He even did the same thing to his wife in season 2. When she decided to step out into the world of entrepreneurship, and he got really upset about it, did not want her to branch out on her own, and she had to latch on to Ebraheem, her best friend, to have a say in her life. So that guy has got issues. The guy has got issues, and he tends to project his insecurities a lot on the people around him. And that was exactly what happened between him and Chris Fade. That was exactly what happened between him and his wife, Danya. And that was exactly what also happened again between him and Ebraheem. The only exception here is that Ebraheem did not read the room. Ebraheem is known to cross boundaries a lot. He does not respect boundaries. And he also took that nastiness to the relationship he's got going on between himself and Danya and DJ Bliss. So the fact that he disregarded all of their pleas, all of their warnings for him to not reveal that Danya was pregnant. Also, knowing fully well the fact that is against their traditions, in their culture, to, announce a pregnancy before the mother, before the parents. Nah, that was very disrespectful. It showed that he did not respect the boundaries of his friendship with those people. That was really sad. And the fact that he provoked DJ Bliss and was even lying about it, that he only hit the table. Dude, you did not hit the table. You literally poured everything in his face. And that guy reacted to what you did. You provoked him. You triggered him. And he reacted. And then you're going around to lies that people will pity you. And that was the same way he had actually reacted, to Zeina's husband, Hannah. When they were talking, they were having this almost altercation, and he had climbed the table, like he had jumped on the table. I'm like, dude, you've got so much anger in you this season. What's going on with you? And then we then found out that it was because his marriage was on the rocks. And I'm like, Ebraheem, how long have you been married now? How long? And even speaking about his marriage, how can you be married? You don't hang out with your wife, like you don't invite your wife to your gatherings with your friends. You go out alone. You're still living your life like you're single. And yes, it's a long distance relationship. The wife works in another city or country, and he is somewhere else. But then when she's around, what do you do? Do you make yourself available to her? Do you give her time? Do you spend time with her? What do you do? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, yeah. Ebraheem this season, you could tell that guy was fighting his inner demons, and then he was projecting and he was transferring all of that accumulated aggression on the people around him, even to the point of destroying his very much cherished relationship with his best friends, Danya and DJ Bliss. But I still maintain that they deserved it. They had it coming, because I think it was a very eye-opening experience for them, now seeing clearly for the first time that, oh my God, it's not really pleasant to be at the receiving end of Ebraheem's negativity. To the point that Danya now started a new podcast and invited Zeina, who she has been antagonizing, alongside Ebraheem from season 1, and Farhana, her very good friend. And speaking about Farhana, ladies and gentlemen, Farhana was a very comical character this season. Because tell me why Farhana started off this season with the goal of putting Safa in her place and also teaching Zeina and Safa a lesson. I mean, guys, I was looking at Farhana and I'm like, girl, are you sure you want to really do this? Are you sure you're capable? Because Farhana and what's her name? Sorry, Zeina and Safa, as they call each other, Maha Faha, or what they call each other, besties. Those two, they are a handful. So how was Farhana thinking she was going to deal with both of them? Because they actually dealt with her. They put her in her place. And because she did not know, Farhana is a very sentimental person. She's very emotional, frankly speaking, not very logical. Yeah, she's hardworking, no doubt, but she's much more of an emotional person than logical thinker. Because there were other ways you could put people in their place other than making yourself look ridiculous, because that was what she ended up doing. And everybody else in the group, they saw through all of her shenanigans. It was very annoying. It was very annoying. And then she had extended her sentimentality into her issue with her ex-husband. Now, guys, I totally understood where Farhana was coming from. Yeah. And according to her own claims, that the woman that her husband, or rather her ex-husband, is dating now was the person that he cheated on her with before the marriage, scattered. Guys, that is her own valid reason. That is her own narrative. But the man denied it. He said that the reason their marriage had actually broken was because he was making money at some point. He was very wealthy at some point. His business went down the drain and Farhana could no longer be with him. And so she started creating issues between them, because she's very materialistic. And then the marriage, got spoiled. I'm like, well, there's always two sides to a story. Who do we believe? But then the point of now saying that you do not want your ex-husband to introduce your son to anybody that he's going to be seeing, especially that particular woman, guys, that was a huge problem. And quite frankly, I did not really hold any opinion in that matter, because if I were in Farhana's shoes, I would probably hold on to the same reason, But then, as I said, there are always two sides to a story, probably three sides, and we don't know who is telling the truth or not. But at the end of the day, I liked the fact that after numerous mediations from all their other friends, she had agreed to have a meeting with the said woman in question, a one-on-one meeting, and then she would now make her decision. And I hope it goes well for them, because matters of children in a broken relationship, it's always a big issue. So I'm really hoping that whatever they decide to do at the end of the day does not negatively impact the boy. Now, moving on to LJ and Joanna's beef. Ladies and gentlemen, see, by the time I got the full story of what had really transpired between those two women, see, I was so mad. I was so mad at Joanna, because everything Joanna was displaying was selfishness, arrogance. I mean, come on. You hurt your friend, someone you claim you love as a sister. You hurt her to that extent, and then you are playing the victim card, spreading false narratives about her, making a big deal out of the whole situation, and playing the victim card. I mean, guys, it was so disgusting. Frankly speaking, it was so disgusting. You could tell that Joanna is a very proud person. She would never admit to her wrongs. She would magnify another person's offense over her own offense that is even way greater than the other person's offense. Because how is it possible that, because guys, okay, let's take it from the top. Yeah, let's take it from the top. I know I did not want to give you guys all spoilers, but let's talk about this particular one. So you and this person knew each other for 3 or 4 years, very good friends. You loved each other so much. Your children know each other. You're the best of friends. And then, according to LJ had a guy that she liked. She really liked this man. And guys, their stories were kind of mixed up, but I'm going to share all versions of the story that they shared, right? So LJ liked this guy. There was something going on between both of them. And we all know that before LJ likes a man, it takes a whole lot. She's not an easy woman. She's not the type of woman that easily likes a man or opens up to a man. So for her to say that she actually really liked this man and they had something together, they had something going on, you could tell that it was a big deal for LJ. Yeah. So she liked this man so much, but then before she knew it, Joanna had gone to have something with the man. She had also mentioned that Joanna had gone ahead to warn the man about her. She had gone ahead to tell the man that, oh, I noticed that you like this woman. Oh, you have to be very careful about her. I mean, careful about her over what exactly? That she killed her late husband? Because we know that that is not the case. So what was Joanna warning the man about LJ for? What? Why would a friend called sister even do that? That is so evil. I would be mad. If I was LJ, I will be mad, especially if I am so invested in that person. I'll be mad. Because according to LJ's story, ever since her husband died, I think for over 7 years, she had not remarried. She had not really had the chance to really date people that she liked. She had been very picky. So for her to have really liked this particular person, come on. And then what was Joanna's excuse? Oh, she knows the guy and she knows the guy's family. She was only looking out for the guy. I'm like, you were looking out for the guy? And so you're warning the guy about your friend. How does make it make sense, please? Somebody, make it make sense. That was really mean. That was really cruel of Joanna. And so to get back at Joanna, LJ had decided to play tit for tat. So she had gone ahead to follow Joanna's ex-husband on social media, and she has started up conversations with him, liking his posts, you know, kind of like being friends with him, because she knew that that was also going to hurt Joanna the same way Joanna had hurt her. And it had worked. And she had told Farhana that, listen, I am doing this to spite Joanna the same way Joanna spited me. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you all this question. Let's be very honest, yeah? Between the two offenses, which one is the worst of all? Which one is the worst of all? Because there's something I always say on this channel, that you do not argue, you don't pick offense. If you started up a fight, if you provoked someone, and then the person comes with, you know, a machete to a fist fight, you don't complain, you don't pick offense. So Joanna started it. She started it. What was she expecting? That LJ shouldn't have reacted, or shouldn't have retaliated, or shouldn't have done anything? That LJ should have just sat down somewhere and be crying and probably be groveling? No. You don't complain like that. So I found it very distasteful that Joanna played the victim all this while, making it look like she was innocent, she had clean hands, and LJ was the one that was just the villain. No. And then Farhana, ladies and gentlemen, to be quite frank with you, I don't think Farhana is a very good friend to anybody that she's friends with in that group. Because Farhana is just like the louder version of Mona. I'm going to talk about Mona, yeah. Farhana she's that kind of person that, you know, she's a socialite. She's a social media influencer, you know, she's out there. So she doesn't want to have issues with certain people that she feels are of use to her career. So she wants to remain in that circle. She wants to remain, you know, she wants to continue latching on to certain people. And so even when she knows the truth of a matter, she doesn't want to talk it. She doesn't want to admit it. She wants to continuously act like she doesn't know who is at fault. So she knew that Joanna was at fault all along. Why could she not tell Joanna the truth? Instead, she was sort of encouraging LJ to go and apologize to Joanna. Ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't have. Take me anywhere, put a gun to my head. I wouldn't have apologized to Joanna. Joanna must admit, she must take accountability for what she did to me first. And then I will acknowledge what I did back as retaliation. Because all those people say that, what LJ did to Joanna is what you would do to an enemy. No, what Joanna did to LJ is what a jealous friend would do to another friend. So it goes to tell you that Joanna was actually jealous of LJ all along. And so she decided to pull that nonsense stunt. That was quite hurtful, what Joanna did to LJ. So everybody now making LJ look like the bad person, guys. That was really annoying. But I don't know about you. I would love to hear your opinion about this one. So let me know in the comment section below. Okay, so finally, speaking about Mona. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna lie, but Mona sort of rubbed me off the wrong way this season. Now, don't get me wrong. I love her. I love her drive. I love her niceness. I love her spirit, her work ethics. I think it's okay for her to have a calendar because there are people like that easily forget things. Yeah. There are people like that wants to be in control of their time. And I think it's okay that she's doing what she's doing, putting everything into calendar. Although I do not support the fact that she, in a way, has included her husband into her work schedule as if he's one of her products or one of her investments. I don't know, but each to their own. Yeah. I like her. However, I did not like her neutrality this season. It's okay to be neutral, but when you are always on the fence, even when you know who is right and who is wrong, I feel like people like that are very dangerous. Yeah. I feel like the reason why she decided to be the neutral body in the friends group is because she's only concerned about her business. Yeah. I think she's only concerned about her business. I think she doesn't want to step on toes. I think she doesn't want to be in anybody's bad books, because of her business. She wants her friends to continuously attend her events. And remember, she's trying to break out on her own away from her sister, Huda, who is the owner of Huda Beauty. Yes. So remember, she's trying to make a name for herself. She's trying to push her business forward. She's trying to come out of Huda's shadow. And I admire her for all her hard work. I admire her for how she's going about it. But also, I do not trust people who see truth in the face and decide to turn a blind eye, and then they continuously talk about, let peace just reign, let peace just reign. I feel like she constantly, tramples upon the feelings of her friends in that friendship group who have been hurt. I feel like she minimalizes situations. She minimalizes people's hurt a lot. She trivializes issues. She makes it look like it's not a big deal when it's really a big deal. I feel like she's not bold enough to tell people to their face, that, listen, what you did is wrong and you need to accept, you need to own up to it, you need to take accountability. She tried, yes, she tried on different occasions between LJ and Joanna, but I feel like she subtly takes sides. I feel like she weighs the people in that group and she looks at the ones that she feels is more powerful than the other. And she tries to, lean towards the side of the ones that are more powerful. I don't know if you guys know what I mean. Yeah. So in other words, she tends to put up the air of neutrality, but in other words, she's not entirely neutral. Yes. She's not entirely honest in most situations. And as far as I'm concerned, I do not trust her 100%. Yes. I feel like there's a lot about her that she's hiding. Yeah. Because if we're talking about people that are not entirely neutral, Lujane, who did not feature this season at all, Lujane did that. She did that in season 1. But in season 2, we got to see her shed her real skin. And we saw her real personality, that she's also very biased. So with Mona, I feel like as time goes on, we will get to see the real Mona. Yeah, for now, I feel like she's hiding a lot. She's really hiding a lot. But that is just my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I should give you guys this summary of everything I deduced from the season 3 of Dubai Blings. Overall, it's a great show. I enjoyed it. This is my best season yet. I don't know what season 4 will look like. But for now, this is my best season. Drama packed, action filled, everything is giving. It is a wow show. All the cast members, they brought their best foot forward. I loved every single thing about this season. No complaints whatsoever. And yes, this is where I'm going to stop talking because, of course, I would love to hear your thoughts about this season. So please go ahead, share in the comment section below. See you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Thanks for watching and have an amazing, amazing day. Bye.